Morning, guys. Josh is always telling me I need to throw out some of these quick tech tips, and I know that's a good idea. I've got a lot of you guys. One thing I'm doing this morning, doing some copper O-rings in this F20 block, right shot, and I've already done 3 of them. At this point, I just was kind of thinking, man, I had a couple of customers of mine get real nervous doing this, and several people driving all the way here for me to do them for them, and I figured I could kind of show you what you can do, how you can do it, what you can get away with, and not have issues. And I figured be a good tech tip for this Thursday. 1 second, let me rig y'all up here. Maybe do some adjustments on this bad boy if we need to. So here's what we got, guys. This is a sleeved F20C. It's got a O-ring groove cut in it. Guess I could have shown you that too, but let me do some adjustments here. Make sure y'all can see my pretty face. I shaved, it looks a little better. Still some gray. This is my wife and daughter's fault. Anyway, this is what we got. Big old roll of this copper wire. If I recall, this is, I want to say it's 040. It's early and my mind's just, I'm kind of retarded anyway. Can you say retarded? I don't know. Joel Grant said retarded, and he got totally like flamed by all of Cletus's buddies. So I said retarded too. Anyway, this is what it looks like right here. So when you cut this stuff with a pair of dikes, what I've got to do this with is pretty simple. I've got a pair of dikes. Is the word dike politically correct? Can I say dike? Anyway, these are dikes, side cutters, whatever you want to call them. A file. You can use your teeth if you want to as well. And I like my wooden hammer. I'm not using this side. Please don't use this side. I use this side. So, what I like to do when I start with this wire right here, we got grooves cut in the top of these sleeves. And I guess I should say, what this does is this is securing your head gasket. This is making the head gasket hold better. That's awesome for 4-cylinder guys. Every sleeve block we do, especially these days, has an O-ring groove. And we use copper with an MLS gasket. That way y'all can still daily drive this stuff. We don't use copper head gaskets. We use MLS head gaskets with a copper O-ring. There's a couple different ways to do this, but the most common for us is a MLS gasket with the copper O-ring. So to start, I like to take this handy dandy file right here and my big roll. And if I send you guys a block, I'll send you a small, rolled up bit of copper wire. But nonetheless, same thing. You can just take your file, smooth the end, give yourself a flat surface. Back when I first started doing this, I've seen guys cut like 245s in it so it fits perfect and stuff. And over the years I did that. We've been in pinches a couple times at the racetrack, and I've just kind of thrown it together on my own car and found that it doesn't matter that much. So there's no reason to waste that time. That's my take. Somebody out there will argue with me. Put it in the comments. I don't care. As long as you're watching the videos, I don't care what you do. Anyway, she's flat. It doesn't take much. It's copper. So what I'll do next is the next part, if I send you a roll, I try to send you enough extra that you can't, you're not going to run out. I want to send you enough that if you mess up on 2 cylinders, you're not going to have me send you more. So I do try to send you guys plenty of wire. I'll lay it out, and I am certain there's also a better way to do this. I'll lay it out and guess. Make sure I like to try. If I do a good job, it'll be about 1 inch too long when I cut it like this. That's what I like to do. If you want to waste a bunch of it, that's fine, whatever. So I'll take my end, right shy, that is flat, and I will start somewhere here, and I'll show you guys, but somewhere here that is like, so this is our, I want to start right here. See, it's in line with this head stud hole right here. I want to start right there. That way, it's got a lot of clamp force on the joint. And you can see like this one where I did. It's right here on the joint, okay? Does that make sense? All right. So, man, Josh can edit that out if he wants to, or he can leave it. I do not care. So anyway, let's see if I can, oh man, getting y'all swivelly and stuff here. So, what I'm gonna do is take that flat spot, said flat spot, start at the head stud hole, kind of make it fit, give it a couple of light taps. It doesn't take much. Please don't use anything harder than this soft wood. Maybe somebody makes something specifically for this. I don't know. I'll just kind of guide it around into its groove. Keep it good and happy. You know, I've done probably 1,000 of these, so I mean, it is a little bit easier on me. If it takes you longer than this, then that's not a big deal. I'll get it close like that, as you guys may be able to see here. I went a little over an inch. That's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. If you ask my wife, that's 6 inches, so that's fine. I'll take me dikes, my politically correct dikes, and I'm gonna try to cut it a little long, not a little short. A little short, we gotta start over. A little long, we're good. Hopefully I don't mess it up. I might have actually cut it perfectly. So you can, if you wish, you can file that side too and try to make it perfect. In my experience, it doesn't seem to matter. The copper smushes so much when you clamp everything down that it fills the gap. When I say the gap, I don't want there to be a gap, but like when you cut it, it's gonna have a little one of these to it. It doesn't seem to matter that much. I try to do the one flat side because it's easy to do. It looks like I cut this one pretty decent. It's close. So what I'm gonna do, in my case here, I am gonna pull my file out and gently pull and just kind of smooth it out a little bit. Probably still a little bit long, but that's good. It gives me a little room to work with. Try your best to be a perfectionist on this. I struggle with it too. You can get away with a whole lot. You can't get away with a 16th gap. You know what I mean? You can't get away with that. Make sure everything stays down in. When you're done, everything should be nice and clean. Give you the finished product here on this block. You guys the finished product on this block. You can see there's no real space to it at all. Cylinder 1 here has the nastiest, but there's still no gap. So guys, that's how you do the O-rings. It's not that hard. It's a little intimidating at first, but pretty simple. Y'all, appreciate you watching. I'm gonna finish putting this beautiful thing together. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that crap to these videos. Y'all, hopefully you enjoyed this little quick how-to, and let you know not to worry about this kind of stuff if you have to do it yourself. Make sure you all like and subscribe. We're trying to be the next Cletus. Not really, I'm not at all. I just want to do tech tips and entertain you guys a little bit and have this stuff to show my kids one day. How retarded, I said retarded twice in one video. They're coming after me now. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Bless you.